What up, y'all? It is your man D Real coming at you one more again with another one of them Be Real with D Reals, where edutainment is what I do. And I'm gonna really be edutaining today, something serious. But before I get off into it, yo, look here, y'all. Do the usual: comment, like, subscribe, and share the Be Real with D Real page. I want to grow. I want to grow. And like I always say, if you're digging what a brother's shoveling, put some dirt in my bucket, right up in here. Look here, y'all. I was thinking about, well, on the radio today, I did a segment about people and events in Black history, and also urging people to not dive all off into Black history in February. Dive off into Black history in May. Dive off into Black history in August. Dive off into Black history in December. We make history every day, not just in February. That being said, I want to talk about two real freaking life superheroes. And if this takes off the way I hope it takes off, I'll do a couple of more of these before the month's out. You ever wonder what it takes to step outside of yourself sometimes and just say, I'm not going to do what everybody else is doing. I'm going to do something different. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like we live in a society where the sheep mentality is very common. We follow without thinking. We don't have any discernment about certain things. Now, Harriet Tubman, I know a lot of things are said about Harriet Tubman, but to me, she's a real life superhero because a lot of the stuff she did was just flat out extraordinary and couldn't possibly have been achieved, arguably, by anybody else. Some things we didn't know about Harriet Tubman. Yeah, we know she was a member of the Underground Railroad, and she helped free hundreds of slaves and could have freed more, but a lot of them didn't know they were slaves. Okay. Did you know that before Harriet Tubman became the Moses of her people, she was married to a free man named John Tubman? And that's how she got her last name of Tubman. Can you imagine what it would be like to be married to a free man and not have that same freedom yourself? You know what I'm saying? You have to be loaned out to your husband, of all people. I would get pretty fair with that too. But Harriet Tubman got inspired. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a cat named Henry Box Brown. Box, the nickname. This dude was a slave who literally mailed himself in a box to Pennsylvania and freedom. Okay, that in and of itself is gangster. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is just an effed up situation. I think I'm gonna mail myself up out of here. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the epitome of gangster. Woo! Now, Harriet Tubman's who we talk about all the time when we talk about strength, when we talk about cunning, when we talk about being dedicated to a cause. Well, let me tell you something. There are other Black men and women who were as dedicated, if not more. Harriet Tubman is one of those names that we hear all the time. And it's like, oh, Harriet Tubman freed the slaves. Harriet Tubman did this. And we got countless movies about Harriet Tubman. You know, and I've probably said this before, but it warrants saying again. You know who we need to make a movie about? That cat, Robert Smalls. What y'all know about some Robert Smalls? Well, Robert Smalls, too, was a man who was born into slavery and longed to be free. He got to working on ships in South Carolina and started learning his way around ships. He would have been one of them house Negroes with a silver spoon in his mouth if not for his mother asking her master to put Smalls to work so that he could understand what the plight of his people was. And so he could see someone actually being whipped. Again, how shouts out to Robert Smalls' mama. How G do you have to be to say, nah, I don't want you in the lap of luxury amongst these people because they don't have your best interest in mind. You are property to them. I want you to understand what you really mean to these people who you think are providing a soft, nice, comfortable, cushy life for you. And he learned, boy, did he ever learn, okay? So much to the point where he said himself as he grew older, I got to be free. I don't know if he said it like that, but I know his desire to become free was very strong. And he went out on this ship, the CSS, not the USS, because it was a Confederate ship, the CSS Planter. He worked on this ship, and every now and then when the ship would come into port, the white crew members and the captain would allow the black slaves and crew members to have their families visit them when they were on the ship while they got off the ship to go drink and carouse with prostitutes and all of that kind of thing. But they said as long as your families was off by the curfew, then cool. Robert Smalls was a planner, okay? And this is and he's the reason I'm doing this video today. Planner, staying several steps ahead of his enemy, like T'Challa, the Black Panther. He asked for the families to be able to visit, which is about 16 people in all. He asked that they could visit, and they came on the ship, and that's when he let everybody know, hey, we're going to take this ship, and we're going to sail to the Union Army's blockade, and then they're going to let us through. What you talking about, Negro? What you talking about? We gonna get in trouble. You knows we gonna get in trouble. I mean, I don't know exactly how that conversation went down, but ultimately he had to convince his fellow men that we could do this. Now, against all odds, Robert Smalls took the CSS Planter and sailed it through Confederate territory to that Union blockade. Not only that, he went on to become a member of the House of Representatives later on. Elected 5 times, I believe it was, in the Senate between 1883 and 1888. Okay, Robert Smalls and Harriet Tubman, examples of defiance. Examples of never say die. Examples of we can get this done one way or another. Shouts out and much love to Harriet Tubman, Robert Smalls for being the change they wanted to see. Do y'all want to know more? Pick up a book and read. There is a book called Live Free or Die, which tells the life of Robert Smalls. I suggest that. That's a pretty good read. If y'all got anything y'all want to add, drop it in the comments. And as always, I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good and be good to each other.